Have you ever wondered what makes some people instantly likable, while others struggle to connect? Whether it's acing an interview, making new friends, or impressing at a party, communication is the key. And the best part? It's a skill you can master. Today, we're exploring Leil Lowndes' iconic book, How to Talk to Anyone, where she shares 92 practical tips to elevate your social game. Stick around till the end for golden nuggets that could change how you interact forever. And hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep the good vibes coming. Chapter 1, Mastering First Impressions. First impressions are critical. They set the tone for every interaction. In How to Talk to Anyone, Leil Lowndes shares actionable techniques to help you leave a memorable and positive impact. Let's dive into these transformative tips. The flooding smile. A smile can change the energy of any encounter. Lowndes recommends the flooding smile, a warm, slow-building smile that feels genuine. Instead of smiling instantly, let your expression develop naturally as you greet someone. It feels more sincere and personal. Pro tip: practice smiling in a mirror. Think of happy memories or imagine you're meeting someone you admire to make it authentic. Sticky eyes. Maintaining eye contact is a game changer. Lowndes introduces sticky eyes, holding someone's gaze just a moment longer than usual. This conveys confidence and attentiveness without coming off as intimidating. Quick tip: look away slowly when breaking eye contact. It leaves an impression of thoughtful engagement rather than disinterest. The big baby pivot. Turn your entire body toward the person you're speaking with. This simple gesture communicates full attention and makes the other person feel valued. Avoid half-turns or distracted stances. The hello handshake. A strong handshake paired with eye contact and a smile makes an immediate impact. The ideal handshake is firm, not overpowering, and lasts 2 to 3 seconds. Bonus tip: combine your handshake with a verbal greeting like, "It's great to meet you." It reinforces positivity. Your opening words matter. Ditch generic greetings and opt for something that stands out. For example, "It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard great things." This sets an enthusiastic tone and makes the conversation memorable. Energy and appearance. Your energy is contagious. Smile, speak enthusiastically, and project positivity. Additionally, dressing appropriately for the setting enhances your first impression. Add a touch of personality with unique accessories or colors to stand out subtly. Key takeaways. 1. Smile warmly and genuinely. 2. Maintain eye contact and give undivided attention with the big baby pivot. 3. Use a strong handshake and creative opening lines to leave a lasting impression. Chapter 2. Starting conversations that flow. Have you ever struggled to start a conversation and keep it going? In this chapter, Leil Lowndes provides practical tips to break the ice and make your interactions feel effortless. Mastering the art of starting and sustaining conversations can open doors in every area of life. Don't just say hi. Instead of starting with a generic greeting, use a situational or creative opener. For example, if you're at an event, say, "This venue is incredible. What brought you here?" It's far more engaging and invites a response beyond small talk. The "what's the story?" technique. Everyone loves sharing stories about themselves. Instead of basic questions, ask something that encourages storytelling, like, "What's the story behind their outfit, accessory, or choice to attend?" This sparks interest and keeps the conversation lively. Skip the typical questions. Avoid predictable questions like, "What do you do?" Instead, ask, "What's keeping you busy these days?" This phrasing feels fresh and lets them talk about work, hobbies, or passions. Match their energy. Observe the other person's tone, pace, and enthusiasm. Subtly mirror their energy to create a sense of connection and mutual understanding. Be an active listener. Show you're genuinely interested by nodding, maintaining eye contact, and responding thoughtfully. Phrases like, "That's fascinating," or "Tell me more about that," encourage them to open up. Sprinkle in humor. Adding light humor makes conversations more enjoyable. If the setting feels right, share a funny observation or joke relevant to the moment. Just keep it friendly and inclusive. How to handle awkward silences. If the conversation hits a lull, don't panic. Acknowledge it humorously, saying something like, "Wow, we just set a world record for silence." Alternatively, pivot the topic with a phrase like, "By the way, I've been meaning to ask." Find common ground. Listen for shared interests or experiences and use them to deepen the conversation. For example, if they mention loving a TV show you watch, dive into a discussion about your favorite episodes. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice starting conversations, the easier it becomes. Use these techniques in everyday situations like chatting with a barista or meeting new colleagues to build confidence. Key takeaways. 1. Creative openers set the tone for engaging conversations. 2. Encourage storytelling by asking open-ended, unique questions. 3. Active listening, humor, and finding common ground keep the dialogue flowing. Engagement cue. Have you ever tried a creative icebreaker that worked wonders? Share your favorite one in the comments. And if you're loving these tips, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights that will transform your conversations. Chapter 3. Building rapport and connection. Now that you've mastered starting conversations, the next step is to deepen those interactions. Building rapport and genuine connections is what transforms small talk into meaningful relationships. In this chapter, Leil Lowndes shares powerful techniques to connect on a deeper level and leave a lasting impression. The parroting technique. People love to feel heard and understood. The parroting technique is a simple yet effective way to show you're actively listening. Repeat the last few words they say to encourage them to elaborate. For example, "I just got back from an amazing trip to Japan." "You, Japan? That sounds incredible. What was the highlight of your trip?" This small gesture makes people feel validated and keeps the conversation flowing naturally. The exclusive compliment. Go beyond generic flattery and give compliments that feel personal and specific. Instead of saying, "You're so smart," try something like, "I love how you explain things. It's so clear and engaging." Exclusive compliments show that you're paying attention and genuinely appreciating their unique qualities. Listen like a pro. True listening goes beyond hearing words. It involves picking up on tone, emotions, and nonverbal cues. Respond thoughtfully to show you're fully engaged. Simple phrases like, "That makes sense," or "I can see why that's important to you," reinforce that you're genuinely invested in the conversation. Mirror their mannerisms. Subtle mirroring of someone's body language, gestures, or speaking style creates a sense of similarity and trust. For example, if they're speaking softly, lower your tone to match theirs. This technique works best when done naturally. Overdoing it might come off as insincere. Find common ground. Shared interests or experiences are the foundation of strong connections. If you discover a mutual hobby, passion, or background, explore it enthusiastically. This creates a sense of belonging and camaraderie. The power of "me too." When someone shares something about themselves, responding with your own related experience without overshadowing theirs creates instant rapport. For instance, "I love hiking. It's my favorite weekend activity." "You, me too. I just went hiking last weekend in the mountains. What's your favorite trail?" This approach shows that you relate to them, strengthening the connection. Be curious and empathetic. Show genuine curiosity about their life, opinions, and experiences. Ask thoughtful questions like, "What inspired you to pursue that?" Or, "How did that make you feel?" Empathy makes conversations more meaningful and memorable. Share something vulnerable. Opening up about your own challenges or experiences, without oversharing, invites others to do the same. For example, if they talk about a struggle at work, you could share a similar situation and how you dealt with it. Vulnerability fosters trust and emotional connection. Avoid interrupting. Interrupting can break rapport instantly. If you have something important to add, wait for a natural pause before contributing. Respect their train of thought and let them feel fully heard. Leave them feeling better. Ultimately, the goal of every interaction should be to leave the other person feeling valued, appreciated, and uplifted. Whether it's a compliment, encouragement, or a genuine thank you, small gestures can have a big impact. Key takeaways. 1. Use techniques like parroting, exclusive compliments, and mirroring to create rapport. 2. Show curiosity and empathy to build deeper emotional connections. 3. Always aim to leave the other person feeling better than before the conversation. Chapter 4. Mastering body language and nonverbal communication. Words may be important, but your body often speaks louder than your mouth. In How to Talk to Anyone, Leil Lowndes explains that understanding and mastering nonverbal communication can amplify your presence, build trust, and make you a more magnetic conversationalist. This chapter explores how to use body language effectively to complement your words and strengthen connections. The power of posture. How you carry yourself speaks volumes. Lowndes emphasizes the importance of standing tall with your shoulders back and head held high. Good posture exudes confidence, even if you're feeling nervous. Slouching, on the other hand, can give off a vibe of insecurity or disinterest. Quick tip. Imagine a string pulling you upward from the top of your head. This simple visualization helps maintain a poised and confident stance. Open body language. Crossed arms, hunched shoulders, or turned away feet can make you appear closed off or unapproachable. Instead, adopt an open and relaxed posture. Keep your arms at your sides or use gentle gestures when speaking. Angling your body slightly toward the person you're talking to conveys interest and attentiveness. The importance of touch. Appropriate and well-timed touch can enhance rapport. A light touch on the arm or shoulder, when culturally and contextually appropriate, can make interactions warmer and more personal. Be mindful of the other person's comfort level and avoid overdoing it. The magic of the head tilt. Tilting your head slightly while listening shows that you're engaged and interested. It's a subtle cue that communicates empathy and attentiveness. Pair it with a nod for an even stronger effect. Mastering the silent smile. A well-timed, silent smile can convey warmth and approval without interrupting the conversation. Use it to acknowledge someone's story or reinforce their point without needing to say a word. This nonverbal gesture can be especially powerful in group settings where interruptions might derail the flow. The sticky feet technique. To signal that you're fully present and engaged, keep your feet firmly planted when speaking or listening. Fidgeting or shifting around can make you seem distracted or uncomfortable. This grounded stance also conveys confidence and stability. Mirror to build connection. Mirroring or subtly imitating someone's gestures and body language creates a subconscious sense of similarity and trust. If they lean forward, you might do the same. If they use animated hand gestures, incorporate a similar energy into your movements. Done subtly, this technique can strengthen rapport significantly. The eyes have it. Eye contact is one of the most powerful tools in nonverbal communication. Beyond just maintaining sticky eyes, covered in Chapter 1, Lowndes advises matching your gaze intensity to the mood of the conversation. For serious discussions, hold a steady gaze. For lighter moments, a playful sparkle in your eyes adds warmth and humor. Pro tip: practice maintaining eye contact during casual conversations to build comfort and avoid awkwardness. Avoid nervous tics. Fidgeting, playing with your hair, or tapping your foot can signal anxiety or impatience. These nervous habits are often unconscious but can undermine your confidence. Becoming aware of your tics is the first step toward managing them. Action step: ask a trusted friend for feedback or record yourself during a mock conversation to identify and correct these behaviors. Using space to your advantage. How you use physical space communicates boundaries and comfort levels. Standing too close can make people uncomfortable, while standing too far may seem disengaged. Pay attention to the other person's cues and adjust accordingly. Bonus tip: in group settings, positioning yourself slightly to the side of someone rather than directly opposite can feel less confrontational and more collaborative. Smiling with your whole face. A genuine smile involves more than just your mouth. It engages your eyes, cheeks, and overall expression. Practice smiling naturally in the mirror by thinking of something that genuinely makes you happy. A full-face smile radiates authenticity and draws people in. Know when to lean in. Leaning in slightly during a conversation shows that you're engaged and interested. Be careful not to invade personal space. This technique works best when paired with attentive listening and appropriate eye contact. Using gestures effectively. Gestures can enhance your words, but they should feel natural and purposeful. Avoid overusing them, as it can come off as distracting or overly rehearsed. Instead, let your gestures align with the rhythm of your speech to emphasize key points. Key takeaways. 1. Good posture and open body language project confidence and approachability. 2. Use mirroring, eye contact, and gestures to enhance rapport and connection. 3. Manage nervous tics and use nonverbal cues to reinforce engagement and empathy. Chapter 5. Becoming Unforgettable. In this final chapter, Leil Lowndes dives into the ultimate goal of communication, being remembered long after the conversation ends. Becoming unforgettable isn't about being flashy or overly charismatic. It's about using thoughtful techniques to leave a lasting impression. Let's explore how to stand out in people's minds for all the right reasons. Leave them feeling like a star. The secret to being unforgettable is simple. Make others feel extraordinary. When you make people feel appreciated, valued, and interesting, they associate those positive feelings with you. Compliment sincerely, highlight their strengths, and show genuine admiration for their ideas or accomplishments. Example: instead of saying, "Great job on the presentation," try, "Your presentation was so engaging. Your points about specific detail really stood out and made me think." The power of remembering details. Nothing makes people feel more valued than when you remember details about them. Whether it's their favorite hobby, a challenge they mentioned, or a goal they're pursuing, bringing it up in later conversations shows that you truly listened and cared. Pro tip: write down small notes after important conversations to help you recall key details. For example, if a colleague mentions their child's soccer game, follow up later with, "How did your son's game go?" Use their name strategically. People love hearing their name. It's music to their ears. Lowndes suggests weaving someone's name into conversations at natural points. For instance, "That's a great point, Sarah. You know, James, I was thinking about what you said earlier." Using someone's name sparingly but meaningfully creates a sense of familiarity and connection. Speak in visual vividness. Paint pictures with your words to captivate your listener's imagination. Instead of saying, "The beach was nice," describe it. "The beach was breathtaking, white sand stretching for miles, the sound of waves crashing, and the smell of salt in the air." This makes your stories more engaging and memorable. Be a master storyteller. People remember stories far better than facts. Share anecdotes that illustrate your points and make your conversations more compelling. To become a great storyteller, keep your narratives concise, build suspense, and deliver a punchy ending. Example: instead of saying, "I had a funny experience at the grocery store," try, "You won't believe what happened at the grocery store yesterday. It involves a runaway shopping cart and a very confused cashier." Know when to exit. Leaving at the right time is just as important as making a good entrance. End conversations on a high note, leaving the other person wanting more. Say something like, "It's been so great talking with you. I'd love to continue this sometime." This creates a sense of anticipation for future interactions. Follow up thoughtfully. To solidify your impression, follow up after meaningful interactions. A simple message like, "I enjoyed our conversation about specific topic and wanted to share this article I thought you'd find interesting," can go a long way in maintaining a connection. Share the spotlight. Instead of dominating conversations, give others the opportunity to shine. Ask questions that allow them to talk about their passions, ideas, or achievements. When people feel heard and valued, they associate those positive emotions with you. Create emotional connections. Being unforgettable often means forming emotional bonds. Don't shy away from discussing meaningful topics or sharing a little vulnerability. These moments create a deeper level of connection that sticks in people's memories. Embrace uniqueness. To truly stand out, embrace what makes you different. Whether it's a quirky sense of humor, a unique hobby, or an interesting perspective, let your individuality shine. Authenticity is magnetic, and people are drawn to those who are unapologetically themselves. Be consistently positive. People gravitate toward those who radiate positivity. While it's important to be authentic, focusing on the bright side of situations and expressing optimism leaves a lasting impression. Avoid gossip or negativity, as these traits can detract from your charm. Key takeaways. 1. Make others feel valued and appreciated. It's the key to being memorable. 2. Use names, vivid language, and storytelling to captivate and connect. 3. Follow up thoughtfully and embrace your unique qualities to stand out. Engagement cue. Which of these tips will you use to leave a lasting impression? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've loved this journey through how to talk to anyone, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button to stay connected with more transformational insights.